I'm Terry Moran, and we're going to begin tonight by telling you about a little noticed provision in President Obama's health care reform and what it means for you and for McDonald's. Any restaurant with 20 or more locations must start posting calorie counts, a requirement already in some cities and states that's now gone national. Some of the tallies are eye-popping and belt-popping. Well, what if you don't really want to know? You've got to look away, as Chris Bury now reports.
If you want some lettuce, you can have it.
Soon in this fast food nation,
a lot of calories, but I don't care.
Ignorance will be no excuse. By federal fiat, you'll have no choice but to know some of the most fattening meals you can buy. Eye-popping calorie counts right in your face. That the Baconator triple at Wendy's weighs in at 1,330 calories. In just one sandwich, 2/3 of the recommended daily intake for an average adult woman, half of the daily calories for a man. Not much better, Sonic Supersonic Cheeseburger, a hefty 898. Taco Bell's Chipotle Steak Taco Salad, 900 big ones. The breast leg biscuit meal at Popeyes, 700 fat-filled calories. The new requirement is buried deep inside that health care reform
We are done.
President Obama just signed into law. It's modeled on rules New York adopted 2 years ago. It requires all dining chains with 20 outlets or more to put calorie counts on their menus.
This way you could have an educated idea of what you're going to eat.
But is the government going too far?
I think if you're eating at McDonald's, you probably don't care at all.
In Santa Clara, California, a local official is pushing a ban on toys and children's meals for fear that the promise of a toy car or tiara lures them into fattening foods.
10 out of 12 meals that are associated with the promotional toys are the high caloric, high fat, high sodium meals.
And a backlash is already underway. In Philadelphia, protesters rallied against a proposed tax on soda, 2 cents per ounce on sugary drinks designed to fight obesity.
Whether you drink soda or not, it's not going to affect your health, and you're going to pay.
What's the trouble with these calorie counts, Chef?
I think that's a nightmare. It's great, that's impossible to keep track of it.
In Chicago, Chef Didier Durand cooks classic French fare.
So what I want to do, I'm into massage, my chicken with a lot of butter, and I can tell you that's very yummy.
How many calories are in this meal?
I got no idea, Chris.
Chef Durand heads an organization of independent restaurants. They are fed up, he tells us, with encroaching government regulation.
They want to police our kitchen.
And where do you want the police?
I want the police, in the streets.
And at any rate, the chef says he could never keep a true count.
In my kitchen, I put, pinch of that, a little of this. It's just, never the same. So I think that will never be, really accurate. Things change.
With only 2 establishments, Chef Durand is exempt from the new rules, but he fears the feds won't stop with the big chains.
We are chefs, we don't want to do politics. We want just to cook for our customers who do not have time to read through a 6-page menu.
But one big chain of casual cafes has already embraced the new law. Panera Bread, with 1,300 stores nationwide, is the first to post the number of calories on each menu item.
Do you think people really want to know how many calories are in their panini?
You would be surprised. We've had some very favorable reaction to that, and the customers that want to know love it, and the customers that really don't care, they don't even pay any attention to it.
Can they hide their eyes like, God, I don't really want to know what's in there?
We've seen some of that, absolutely, but believe it or not, what we're seeing is the customers that do care, they're getting smarter about their options and their picks, and they're really, figuring out what works best for them.
The calorie counts can vary widely, starting with breakfast.
We've got an Asiago bagel breakfast sandwich with bacon, eggs, and our Vermont cheddar cheese on an Asiago bagel. It's about 610 calories. Right below it, you've got a power sandwich. It comes on our whole grain bread with a ham, egg, and cheese, and it's only 360 calories.
At lunchtime, soups are the safest bet, most of them right around 100 calories per cup. The Italian combo sandwich, look out below.
It's our biggest offering. It's got the most meat and the most items. That surprised me a little bit.
How many calories?
I think it's around 900 calories.
Actually, 1,040. Customers tell us the calorie counts are helpful only to a point.
It helps me to make better choices.
Reading the calorie count, it probably isn't going to change what I order, but might increase my guilt quotient.
Since listing the calorie counts, Panera has noticed some modest changes. More people choosing the pick two, soup and half a sandwich or half a salad, but no sweeping rebellion against its more fattening choices.
I'm looking at the Cuban chicken panini on focaccia bread. That's pretty loaded there, 860 calories.
Yep, but man, I tell you what, you can't beat the flavor, great quality, and it's something you will crave.
Credit or blame for the new rules belongs to Iowa Senator Tom Harkin.
As more and more consumers become aware of choices, they'll start making the healthy choice. Now, does that mean that everyone's going to stop eating Big Macs? No, not at all. But, and I think even McDonald's will tell you this, more and more people are eating salads in McDonald's than they ever have before.
But will the new rules really change behavior? Since Starbucks started posting calories in New York, a Stanford University study found 6% fewer calories per transaction. The average calories purchased fell from 247 to 232. Hardly an earth-shattering drop, according to ABC's medical editor, Dr. Richard Besser.
It's hard, though, to get excited about a decline in calories from 247 to 232. That's really not going to tackle the obesity epidemic.
Even so, the National Restaurant Lobby has signed on to the new rule.